and welcome back to the settlement of the Cycle Tales. We're in Cycle 8, first day, and if you're new to this playthrough, we are playing Timberborn 1.0 on the experimental branch. In the last season, we had a Badtide, and I actually just noticed an issue. Our main river Badtide sensor here checked to see when the water was clean, but it didn't know, and when it was clean, it set these double floodgates to open. That system was fine, except for the fact that there was bad tide, bad water collected in between. And that bad water has found its way down the river and into my main area. I have some choices, some thoughts of how I want to deal with this. I think I want to just flush it out. But at the same time, I don't think that it's going to really matter. So in this cycle, at this very beginning, I have to decide how I want to approach it, because I am not going to go back and reload. I should be pretty high on the level of water here, but it is not at 0.65, and so it will not automatically flush straight out. I do have water coming behind it, so it should push that bad water outward. And even if I lose some things, oh, you know what? I don't know why I'm being so concerned. I mean, this break wall will prevent that water from coming inside. What might happen, actually, is that this might overflow at the same time. Both this outlet of water and this inlet to my agricultural area, both of those are at 0.65. They should hit at the same time. Red should be above. So the red water should be out here. The bad water should be out here when it starts getting pushed, and good water's right behind it, which means that should be okay. I should be totally fine. I should be fine. I'm going to unpause with confidence. That bad water should flow straight out, straight down. I mean, you know, sometimes things happen. I'm just going to delete this, and I'm going to delete maybe that one, so that hopefully I can flush this water out. I really want to get this bad tide flushed out of the system. I'm going to delete that one as well to make some flow, some current. Looking here, I can see the productivity is 0.46, so interesting. It'd be nice to be able to interpolate that to contamination. I'm not sure what the balance would be. This looks clean. This is still filthy. Ugh. Okay, that'll take some time. So clearly this does not solve for the full problem, but we'll figure that out. Really need these metal blocks to be completed, because we really need explosives. What I'm going to do is this. I would love to sense Badtide here for now. Forget it. I mean, who knows what the next cycle is going to be. I'll just wait. Medium tank is built. This one's going to be soon. Like it's bleeding out. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. So that's going to take a long time to actually clear. It's not contaminating anything, so I'm not sure why it's bothering me so much. It just is. So I can turn the grills off, as my cooked potatoes are pretty hot. I want to keep the bakery going. And this might be a good time to create some other kind of sensor. For example, I could create a resource counter. Oops. Resource counter, which looks at bread and says if the measurement is less than a quantity. Let's actually say if it's less than a percentage, and let's say if I have less than, let's maintain 90% bread. I don't know. Let's maintain 100% on 90, 80, 90. Let's say 90% bread. Let's do that. And then we'll call this bread counter. And let's give it some color. Something like this, I suppose. I don't know. That'll do. So now that'll keep bread running. And then I'll automate that with the bread counter. But I can't do that now. I'll automate it with the bread counter once that counter has been built. It would be great to make some more. Oh, look at that. All right, so my channel, my route for power is in this, and then we will eventually replace some of these power lines with turbines. I need to delete this. This has to be deleted, and I have no idea how. I'll get there. Hopefully, I will. Okay, so then I'm going to build this out that way. Build this over. Take a look here. Still waiting on one more metal block. Cycle 8. Hopefully, that block will come out. Are you playing Timberborn? What faction are you playing? Are you playing the Folktales or the Iron Teeth? I haven't even really played much of the Iron Teeth. I really like the Folktales. They speak to me personally. I like forestry, I like planting, I like gardening. So I really like the farm tales. The folk tales. The Iron Teeth are cool. There are a lot of really nice things that they can do. And I really will need to learn them a little bit better. But I'll try playing them soon. If you'd like to see an Iron Teeth playthrough, just let me know. We will continue and complete this line of power here. Again, I would prefer to have it subterranean underneath, so it can't be seen, but it is, as they say, what it is. I would like to replace, as I mentioned, all of these trees with oaks, annoyingly. I can't do that when they've already started growing, so I'm gonna have to cut those again. I didn't realize this forester was able to cover the whole area, which makes this forester slightly less useful, less than useful, but I may use that one to put things out here. So. Water is nicely expanded. I need to continue pumping water, and I think soon, I will do the large water pump. I'd like to point out currently that my dynamite my explosives factory has been built, which is great. This means that I can cut those out, those placeholders, and soon I will be able to buy dynamite. So I'm going to put those placeholders right back in so that a tree doesn't grow there. But soon, as soon as I get to 600 science, I will buy 1 level dynamite, dig that up and let it go. Let us close this all back. This was here. This was here. I had a dam there. One of those there. Alright. Alright, now I have energy coming all the way down. This is great. How much? Yeah, great. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I will create another grist mill. Gearbox. No. Gearbox this way. And then a connection. Those connect there. And then another gearbox here. So that connects those things. I do need that to connect this water wheel. I don't need that. And this grist mill can be further back. Right there. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. Gristmill comes out and straight down. Planks get stored here. Wheat gets stored here. And then I can still build along the side here. Not that I need to, but I can. Oh, yeah, I can bring power out industry into this whole section. It's fine. Isn't it? Maybe I don't put this warehouse here. Maybe I put it instead. Yeah, I think I like that better. All right, so that I will then set on going. Hold on, let's just pause this for a moment. That just means they're burning. That just means the bakeries are cooking. Okay, great. As long as they are less than 90%, they should be cooking. That's wonderful. Let us continue replacing these pines with oaks. Great, we are filling up the hauling post. We have only 5 unstaffed positions, and I think we can continue to unpause new residential areas. I need to create some more medical beds. And I will put them right here, so that they're close and accessible. And I now have the science I need for dynamite. Go ahead and buy that. And I have 17 dynamite, 17 explosives. I have 17 explosives created, so I'll go ahead and do these things. Kill them. And I'm going to make these top priority. And watch. As the Beaver contingent of builders come rushing up the mountain. Come rushing up the mountain any moment now. Watch as tomorrow the Beaver contingent, there they go, Beaver contingent comes rushing up the mountain to place these. And then what I want to do is I'm going to have one double floodgate right here. Close this off. And then this sensor with a relay will cause that to open or close. Do I want the relay on? I want the relay on that side. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to put the relay right behind the sensor itself. Yeah, why not? These brambles, I think they're brambles, thorns, whatever, they hurt beavers. They certainly do hurt beavers. So I should have been a little more careful with that. I am going to clear this set of resources so that I can start building additional industry over here. I'm going to wait and not detonate this yet. In automation, I'm going to go ahead and buy a relay. Relays are super useful. What a relay does is it allows you to create logical statements based on sensory input, not and, or, exclusive or, and pass-through. If you're a logician, computer scientist, or something of that nature, these probably look very familiar to you. I'm going to go ahead and delete this sample. We're going to use this relay. We're going to use a relay in combination with this main river Badtide sensor to control the full set of automation for this area. I'm really excited for this. It's going to be the next big thing that our beavers here achieve. Go ahead and unpause the large tank. Great. The thorns are done. We'll go ahead and place the relay. And what this relay is going to do is it's going to oppose the signal of Main River Badtide. So Main River Badtide, once it's closed, or once it detects bad water, it will close this set of double floodgates. But it will cause this relay to switch to plus, which will turn on this floodgate over here. And I'll demonstrate that in just a bit, as I have a moment. The other nice thing about having dynamite is we can start to increase the depth of our main river, which is extremely useful. I actually don't want it here. That one, building this one. And a few more here. We'll also start to create some water wells for double floodgates, but we'll do that in just a little bit. So we'll just put those out there. These are all going to be, I should really prioritize these as low priority so that they are in the background. I do not want to cause my beavers to give them overdue precedence. This relay I'm going to call Main River Badtide Relay. Main River Badtide Relay. I'll rename this to Mr. River Badtide, just so it's easier. Mr. Badtide. Now, I need this one to finish. And it's finished. We'll go ahead and detonate these bombs. Next level down. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to reach all of these. It's funny. I'm not going to be able to reach all of these. I don't think so. Let's crank these now. I don't think I can reach all of them. I don't see how. I mean, I can go out. Oh, no. How could I possibly reach all of these? Some of these must be failing to tell me that they're not reachable. But that's okay. I'll find that out later. Let's put these in for oak. Amazing. They can walk through this little area of trees to build on these places. That's incredible. Okay. So, I guess I'll hit it and then build a double right here. Makes sense. Badtide approaching. So on cycle 8, day 14, we have a Badtide approaching. We are doing just fine. We are close to completing our Badtide aversion system, our automated Badtide aversion system. And as I say that, I'm going to go ahead and clear this out and then call for a double floodgate to be built as quickly as possible. We are not likely to have any major issues anymore. As soon as this double floodgate is built, we will wire up the automation. And that will help us completely control our exposure to bad water. Obviously, once I drain the Badtide off to the back, it will reduce the amount of power that's coming through here. But the nice thing is that I don't mind, because I want to be able to control what's coming down this way. I want to go ahead and buy a single level floodgate so that I can control what's here. And I'm going to do this, but I'll leave the thing open so that I can completely close this if I really want to. I want to make sure that I can drive industry through this section and that there'll be enough power, and a significant amount of power, to let me do that. I'm still doing well on beds, 7 kits, plenty of water, food. So I'll go ahead and unpause this last triple floodgate. This last triple lodge, I should say. That lodge creates a really nice looking step sort of area here. It's kind of nice. I haven't created something like this before where the residential area comes into a food and eating area. It's kind of nice. Didn't think about it this way before. I like it. Every time I go through one of these playthroughs, I learn something new and enjoy something different. And to the creators of Timberborn, I would just say this is a wonderful experience, and thank you so much for everything that you do. It's a fun game. I've always loved water. I've always loved fluid dynamics, and this really gets to it for me. It's fun. So today on day 17, the Badtide has started. Our sensor has caused the cutoff to take effect, and the Badtide will last for 3 days. That should not have a major negative effect for us. But one thing that I just noticed is that I'm going to need to bring a road over here if I am going to build these. I have 42 dynamite already set, which is good. It's very good. I have also... Oh, great. Great. Well, look at that. All right, so what this means is that I can run this from the relay, and I can run these from that. And so when this is on, when it's off, it's at 0. When it's on, it's... Say again. Flip those. Play. This one is the opposite. Boom. Go. No! Badtide relay, it's off. It's off, it's here. There we go. Alright. And we are automatically draining bad water. Badtide. Badtide is now automatically no issue. It's drained. It's gone. From the main river, anyway. And it is no longer a concern. We come back into our main area. And let's get some things going. These don't need to stop. And that stops. In fact, none of this needs to stop any longer. None of industry needs to be stopped. Because now I am drawing power from the Badtide section. So what I can do is create another flow sensor. Here. Backwater flow. And then what I would want to do is to have a relay to say, if either backwater flow, main river flow, or backwater flow, if either of them are going, then have it on. Otherwise, turn off industry. That's what I would want to do, so that I have two 2 areas, and if one of them is going, then keep industry on. Okay, so that'll do. I will unpause them. I assume they'll be built, right? I assume so. Yes. No. That's being built first. Let us charge these. And then also build a bit of a walkway over here. Water's getting low. I'm gonna need to buy a large water pump. And then I'm also going to put a large tank here, because that won't be the only one that I deal with. I would probably put another large water tank right here. So let's shift this over. And then the next large water tank I'll put in is going to be right there. Let's just delete this. And we'll put that in there in a moment. So this Badtide is pretty close to being done. And that means we are drawing close to the end of cycle 8. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you have been having a good time. And as we approach cycle 9, I hope that you will like and subscribe and join me as I continue in the life of the Cycle Tales.